Welcome. Today, we're going to jump into a super simple but really powerful communication toolkit. It's all about changing up our everyday conversations, especially the tricky ones, and turning them into chances for real connection. We're talking about making them clearer, quicker, and a whole lot kinder.
So, have you ever been there? You're in a tense moment, right? Maybe with your partner or one of your kids or even a coworker. You've got something important you need to say, a feeling you just have to get out. But the words, they just come out all wrong. They don't land right, or even worse, they're like pouring fuel on a fire. It's an incredibly common frustration, and hey, it's totally human.
All right, so here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to talk about the communication challenge. Then we'll get into introducing mini NVC, which is a way more practical approach. After that, and this is a big one, we'll cover the mindful pause, your essential first step. Next, we'll dive into 4 quick verbal combos you can start using right away. Then we'll look at the silent NVC powerhouse, which is an awesome internal practice. And finally, we'll pull it all together in your kindful communication toolkit.
Okay, let's start by looking at a truly brilliant framework for communication. And we'll also explore why, even though it's so powerful, it can sometimes be a little tough to use in the heat of the moment.
So this is it, the classic 4-step process for nonviolent communication, or NVC. It was developed by the amazing psychologist Dr. Marshall Rosenberg. The whole idea is to help us do 2 things: express ourselves with total honesty and listen to other people with real empathy. So you start with an observation, just the facts, no judgment. Then you share the feeling that came up for you. Next, you connect that to a universal human need. And finally, you make a clear, positive request for a specific action. Now, here's the thing. While this 4-step process is incredible for those deep, intentional conversations, when you're right in the middle of it, it can feel a little robotic, right? If you're in a fast-paced argument or just trying to have a quick chat with your kids, trying to put together a perfect 4-part sentence can feel really unnatural and kind of clunky. And this is the perfect example of that disconnect. Just picture it. Your teenager has just slammed their bedroom door. If you respond with, "When you slammed the door, I felt sad because I need mutual respect," well, it might not build the bridge you're hoping for. It can feel awkward and might even make things worse because it just doesn't match the energy of that moment. So if that full, formal script isn't always the answer, what is? I mean, how do we keep that beautiful spirit of connection without a rigid structure? Well, this is where mini NVC comes in. It's shorter, it's quicker, and it's just as kind. Mini NVC is pretty much what it sounds like. It's a bite-sized, practical version of the full process. It's designed for real life, for those quick, messy, in-the-moment interactions where you need to be effective and authentic, but without sounding like you're reading from a script. So the most important thing here is that we're not throwing out the core principles. Mini NVC is all about keeping that same spirit of honesty and empathy, but just delivering it in a way that feels more natural. The whole point is to connect quickly and make sure our words are anchored in our feelings and needs, instead of blame or criticism. Now, before we get into any of the things you can actually say, we have to talk about the one step that makes everything else work. Seriously, this is without a doubt the most important part of this entire toolkit. The very first thing you do is nothing. You just pause. And this isn't about being weak or hesitating. It's about deliberately creating a tiny bit of space between what just happened and how you're about to respond. And in that little pocket of space, you take one single, slow, deep, mindful breath. Just one. This simple action is so powerful, it actually interrupts our brain's automatic fight or flight reaction. It's like hitting a physical and mental reset button. And in that moment of reset, that's where you find your clarity. That breath is your power-up. It gives you the ability to choose your response with intention and kindness, instead of just reacting on pure instinct. Okay, you've taken your mindful pause. You're feeling more grounded. So what do you actually say? Let's check out 4 powerful and really practical combinations you can use out loud. Think of these like a mix and match toolkit for connection. Our first combo is feeling plus need, or FN for short. This is perfect for when you need to quickly and honestly say what's going on inside you. You just name your emotion and the core need that's behind it. This is so useful in so many spots. Like for setting a quick boundary, you could say, "I'm feeling overwhelmed. I need some quiet time." Or to express some vulnerability, "I'm feeling worried. I need to know you're safe." Feeling frustrated at work, you could say, "I'm feeling frustrated. I need more cooperation." and to just ask for a little recognition. I'm feeling sad. I need some appreciation. See how that's so direct and honest, but without any blame? It's awesome.
All right, let's move on to our second combo, need plus request, or NR. This one is super direct and action-focused. You state your need, and then you immediately follow it up with a clear, specific, and doable request.
So for example, when you need help right away, I need support right now. Could you help me with dinner? Or to set a boundary around noise. I need peace right now. Could you lower your voice? How about a simple, direct request for help? I need support. Can you help me with the dishes? Or even to just get some order back in a chaotic moment? I need order. Could you put your shoes away now? It's all about clarity and moving towards a solution. Okay, combo number 3 is observation plus request, or OR. This is your go-to when you need to talk about a specific behavior without making it a personal attack. The key here is that the observation is purely factual, like a camera is just recording what happened. You describe what you see or hear, no judgment, and then you make your request.
So it sounds like the toys are still out. Can you please put them away now? Notice there's no judgment there. No, you always do this. Just a fact and a request. Or when you've had to say something a few times, that was the third reminder. Can we agree on a time to do it? This changes it from nagging to working together on a solution. It's also great for tech boundaries. Your phone's still on at bedtime. Can we turn it off together?
Our last verbal combo is the most complete of these mini versions. It's feeling plus need plus request, or FNR. This one packs a ton of clear, kind, and really useful information into one short sentence. Here's how this powerful combo works for setting quiet boundaries. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I need some peace. Could you play more quietly for a while? For a safety check, I'm feeling worried. I need to know you're safe. Can you message me when you arrive? Or when things get heated and you need respect? I'm feeling hurt. I need to feel respected. Could you speak to me without shouting? It just beautifully connects your feeling to your need and gives a clear path forward with the request. We've just covered 4 really powerful things you can say out loud. But now we're going to get to what might be the most powerful tool of all, and it's something you never even say. This is the silent NVC powerhouse, a practice you do completely inside your own mind before you even open your mouth. This is silent NVC. It's a super quick 3-step internal check-in that you do before you say a single word. It's the key to making sure you respond thoughtfully instead of just reacting emotionally. So the first step is that same mindful pause we talked about, but this time you point your attention inward. In that quiet moment, you ask yourself 2 quick questions. What am I feeling right now, and what do I really need? You might get an answer like, I'm feeling annoyed and I need some clarity. Or maybe, I'm feeling hurt and I need some understanding. Okay, this second question is an absolute game changer. You ask yourself, am I trying to connect here or am I trying to control? So much of our daily conflict happens when our goal shifts from wanting to connect with someone to wanting to control them, and we often don't even realize it's happening. This simple question is a powerful gut check that pulls you back to what really matters: connection. And finally, before you say anything, you check your energy. Are you making a real request, or is this a hidden demand? And the test for that is simple. Am I okay if they say no? A true request always honors the other person's freedom to choose. Okay, let's pull all of this together. We've covered a lot, so let's just summarize the simple, elegant, and incredibly powerful toolkit you now have to bring more clarity and kindness into every single one of your conversations. So here it is, your entire mini NVC toolkit on one slide. It all starts with that one foundational practice, the mindful pause. From there, you've got 5 flexible techniques to choose from. The 4 verbal combos: feeling plus need plus request, observation plus request, and feeling plus need plus request, and of course, that powerful internal practice of silent NVC to keep you grounded. Just remember to be flexible and creative with these, as long as you keep the spirit of NVC at the heart of it all. And if you take away one thing from all of this, let it be this. This isn't about memorizing scripts or trying to be perfect every single time. The goal is simply connection. It's about building a habit of pausing, of checking in with yourself, and then choosing words that open doors to empathy and honesty instead of slamming them shut. I'll leave you with this thought from Peter Drucker.
By using these tools to focus on the feelings and needs that live behind the words, both your own and theirs, you start to hear what really matters. You start paving the way for real, lasting understanding. So the only question left is, what conversation are you going to try this in first?